Welcome back to another live edition of the podcast here. We're live streaming at Pawn Expo 2019. With me, I have a fellow who was on the podcast, episode 32, Jordan. What's up, brother?
How are you, man?
How are you, dude? Good to have you on.
Good to be here.
So super excited to have you here. Jordan was on episode 32. We talked about how to run every penny through your business.
We did.
It was a great episode. You taught a lot of people, a lot of different things. Some people disagreed with you, but some people said, you know what?
Who disagreed with me?
Some people like doing it the
They were
old school
wrong.
way. So Jordan has, how many pawn shops are you up to now?
4.
4 pawn shops. More of the upscale.
Very upscale.
Very upscale.
High dollar, low volume sort of operations.
In office buildings.
In office buildings.
So where are you looking now? LA, New York?
LA, New York, Chicago is the loan company's brand. And
Okay.
then I've got a more traditional pawn shop in Costa Mesa.
Is that that's the oldest?
No, the oldest is my Chicago operation.
Okay.
1881.
It's the oldest.
And if anyone in Pawnland has an older shop, let me know about it.
He'll buy it.
Yeah, it's mine.
Cool, man. So just want to ask you a couple of questions about Pawn. Like you've
Sure.
gone to open up more stores. You're here at the MPA. You're on the board of directors. You're a young guy. What keeps that passion alive? What keeps that fire going? Because a lot of people online are doing other stuff, right? It's not the most sexy business when you talk about it, even though people are super interested about it. But what keeps you going? What keeps you saying, I want to open up more shops? I want to do more. I mean, you're a family man. Tell the viewers what ignites Jordan's fire.
Well, first of all, I used to be a young man. I don't even qualify as a young professional anymore. I hit, once I passed 40, I turned out on that. So now what keeps the fire going? I would argue that pawn still is sexy. When I'm at a dinner party with all kinds of important people, and they say, what do you do? Everyone focuses on pawn. I think we're in the most interesting industry around. And what keeps the fire going, other than bills to pay, food to put on the table, kids, is, I think it still excites me when someone comes in and I don't know what they're going to pull out. Yeah. Is it going to be a 10-carat rock? Is it going to be a spectacular watch? Is it going to be a wine collection? What's coming my way? And I think we provide a really important service. I think non-recourse lending is really important. Yeah. I think we don't affect people's future livelihood. I think in the worst possible scenario, they lose a piece of tangible personal property. And even that we try and avoid at all costs. So I think the service we provide is underrated, and deterring that stigma that's attached to pawn is always been a goal of mine.
That's it. I'm going to make a shirt that says pawn is sexy.
Pawn is sexy.
That's it.
Pawn is sexy.
Pawn is sexy.
I'll be the first buyer.
So I want to talk to you about something. Obviously, you do like high loans, and a lot of people have this limiting belief that people with money don't need money. Yeah. Right? But obviously, you're seeing big wine collections and 10-carat rocks. What do those people need money for? Obviously, no private information. What are they coming to you to get money for? And how is the service like when you're servicing somebody who you're giving out a $50,000 loan? Is that different than the traditional pawn shop that you have in Costa Mesa? What's the difference?
Well, in the loan company's brand, we just see more expensive collateral. And the more expensive the collateral, the larger the loan, of course. Sure. So we have the ability, we'll write a loan as small as $100. We've also written that $1 million loan. Yeah. In terms of why people would need it, why would someone who have the assets to get a loan of $1 million, why are they in a pawn shop? I think that's the question. Yeah. And a lot of people might have poor credit. Okay. But they have great assets. There's also a lot of people in LA living in a studio apartment driving a Lamborghini. I mean, it's the nature of the beast. What we have found recently is a lot of people are business owners. Okay. And if you ever have gone to a bank, I don't know if you ever tried to finance any of your businesses at a bank.
Crazy paperwork.
It's crazy paperwork, loan committees. You got to sign in 20 places, get it notarized. It takes
sign over the firstborn.
Yeah. So now someone comes to me. They have to meet a capital call. They're buying a piece of real estate. They have payroll to meet. It's bonus time. They can walk out in 5 minutes with $100,000. Yeah. Yeah. And they're willing to pay for that service that we provide, because no bank in the world is going to provide that. So they might have the credit, but it doesn't mean they have the time.
Yeah, because they've got to flip a deal really quickly.
Yeah,
or they have an opportunity.
Yeah, it's an opportunity.
I love that. So, I mean, if you're watching this and you've got, a store, a traditional shop, and you're like, how do I grow my loan balance? How do I grow my loan balance? Obviously, it's not go open up a store in an office building, but it's tap into the business owner market, tap into the market that people, might need a $5,000 loan when your average loan is $126.
Take a risk.
Yeah.
Take a risk. I take risks all the time. I take a calculated risk, take a smart risk, but take a risk and reach out to professionals who you admire, who have expertise. Get comfortable with the loan and
and learn, because obviously, a 10-carat ring coming in or wine, it's stuff that you have to learn or that you've got experts for. Right?
Yeah.
Like you don't know everything. I don't
you
care.
Can't. No one knows everything.
Way. But you have to have
some people here might profess to know everything, but I assure you no one knows everything, myself included. And we do a one-of-a-kind entertainment. I mean, the vast majority of what we do is jewelry, watches, fine art.
Yeah.
And those we have pretty well handled in-house.
Yeah.
But, one-of-a-kind memorabilia, sometimes you need to reach out to auction houses, strike up those relationships. It's very important.
So you've been a pawnbroker for how long now? Yourself, because you're generational.
Birth, I don't know. I literally probably started working in the shop around maybe 14 years old.
Awesome.
So yeah,
and
you do the math.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Well, if you're just right over 40. So let me ask you this question: why the MPA? Like you're committed. You're here. You're on the board. Why do you spend your time? You fly your money for the MPA?
So next year will be a decade on the board.
Wow.
And
on the board.
On the board.
Wow, okay.
On the board. And I think it's so important. The area of the MPA that I'm most involved with is government relations. And, whether it's MLA, CFPB, bank discontinuance and de-risking, all of these issues are so vital to our livelihood. And the MPA is the line of defense. And I think I genuinely believe that every pawnbroker in the country should be a member of the MPA.
Now, say those three things again. The regulatory things that you said, like the bank.
Bank discontinuance, which is it's also called de-risking, which is, hey, I need a deposit account.
No, so don't explain them. Just say, kind of like name them off.
MLA issues, CFPB.
Okay, so
rate caps, 36%.
So if you don't know what that is, being in the pawn business, there's an issue.
You have a problem.
You have a problem.
Yeah.
You need to get educated. You got to know the laws behind your business. You can't just open the door and hope that everything's going to be okay.
Yeah, I mean, we are regulated on a federal, state, and local level, which is not the case for many businesses. So one of the challenges I have is I'm in Illinois, I'm in New York, I'm in California, and I've got to know the laws of each state and each municipality, and then, of course, the overriding federal laws. And the federal laws are where the MPA protects us.
Gotcha. Love it, then. So if you don't know the laws, really reach out to the MPA.
Reach out.
At least come to the Pawn Expo. I think it's super important to be at Pawn Expo.
And it's a good time.
Yeah. You meet people like Jordan who, what I love about the industry, so I've been in the industry for, I'm third generation. I was active 16 years. I was at the MPA every single year. And I will say this, that sharing has increased over the years. Before, people wouldn't say, hey, what's my pawn balance? Hey, what are you doing? Now it's like, hey, man, this is my pawn balance. This is what I'm doing. Go with that vendor. This is where I'm buying my purses. This is where I'm getting my software. This is where I'm processing my credit cards. People are sharing as long as you're involved.
And it's a one-stop shop.
Yeah.
It's a one-stop shop. You see a lot of familiar faces. You learn something every time you come.
Yeah.
You see all the vendors, and you bring something home.
Yeah. If you haven't listened to Jordan's episode 32, check it out, the Pawn Leaders podcast. You talk about something really, really important, how you put every penny through the business to essentially grow your business. When people do it the other way, they're like, oh, let's not, let's not show everything. Let's not do everything. Let's keep it a certain way. And we just, I don't want employees to see what I'm making, but then you're stuck. You're a slave.
And you could be confidential with employees while still putting every penny through, and only certain people have access to financials. I think it's so important because the goal is to put more dollars on the street. By putting on the street, you're growing your business. And the goal, everyone's goal, is to make money while you sleep.
Yeah.
So you have a vault full of jewelry, watches, whatever it is you choose to loan against.
Yeah.
In order to do that, you want money. And money, the cheapest form of money, is from a bank.
Yes.
And a bank wants to see clean financials.
Yeah.
And the more money you run through your business, the
cleaner,
better your financials are going to look. Yeah. So while it might be nice to pocket cash, not only are you not paying Uncle Sam, which is a risk I wouldn't advise anyone to take, but you're also losing out on the potential of getting more inexpensive money.
Yeah. I will say this, like in my own experience, because my father always taught us to run everything through the business so you could sleep at night. Because of it, we were able to buy a $3 million piece of property. Just because, and we didn't have the money.
Yeah.
I mean, they loaned us 95% of it because we had clean financials.
I need to talk to your bank
right?
when we're offline.
That was like 10 years ago, so it's not the same.
Can we get pause on this for a second?
So Lisa Little's watching. Hey, Lisa, Scott's on vacation. Scott, what's up, brother? Love you, man. Kendi, Angel Manzano. Lisa Little, he's awesome at that, by the way. So Lisa Little says that you're awesome. You always have great ideas.
Oh, I appreciate that.
So thanks for watching, everybody. Jordan, thanks for being on, brother. I appreciate you. Have an amazing time in Vegas. And stay tuned for more episodes here live from Pawn Expo.